19 seconds. That's your life expectancy in a hot LZ. Not 19 minutes. Not 19 hours. 19 seconds. You are 19 years old. You graduated high school 14 months ago. You maybe kissed a girl at prom. You definitely don't know what you're doing here. Here is a UH-1 Iroquois helicopter. A Huey? You know what holds you inside it right now? A nylon strap. A single nylon strap around your waist and your boots on the skid doing 100 knots over triple canopy jungle in the Mekong Delta. The wind doesn't howl. The wind rips the breath out of your lungs at 100 knots and you can't hear anything except the rotor wash and the voice in your head that stopped praying. 2 weeks ago, because nobody was answering, you are not a soldier. You are not a hero. You are a door gunner. You are a man-shaped target that shoots back. And right now, the Army has about 19 seconds of use left in you before it reaches for the next part on the shelf. Let's talk about how that feels. You wake up at 5 o'clock in a plywood hoach that smells like mildew, JP2 for aviation fuel, and the particular sweat of men who are scared all the time but have stopped showing it. You don't eat much. Your stomach figured out 3 weeks in that eating before a mission is optimistic. You walk to the flight line. The Huey is already spinning up. You can feel it in your back teeth before you hear it. That turbine whine build into a roar that becomes the background noise of your entire existence in country. You will hear it in your sleep for the next 40 years. If you make 40 years, your crew chief gives you the nod. No speech, no briefing. You know the job. You climb in, you hook your strap, and you grab your only friend in the world, the M60 machine gun, 7.62 millimeter, belt-fed. It fires 550 rounds per minute, and it runs hot and it jams at the worst possible moment, and you love it with a desperation that would embarrass you back home. You have cleaned it more carefully than you have ever cleaned anything. You know every part of it by touch in total darkness. You've given it a name, which you will not repeat out loud because the other guys will laugh, but you have done it anyway. The M60 is mounted on a bungee cord system so you can swing it. You have roughly 180 degrees of fire. You will use all of it? Now look down at yourself. You are wearing a chicken plate, a ceramic and fiberglass chest protector that the Army has assured you will stop small arms fire. What the Army has not loudly advertised is that it will not stop a .51 caliber round from a Soviet-made DSHK heavy machine gun. It will not stop a B-40 rocket. It will not stop the desperation of a North Vietnamese Army unit that has been fighting in these jungles since before you were born. The chicken plate weighs about 8 pounds. It stops some things. It makes you feel like you're doing something about the problem. That's its real function. The skids lift. Your stomach drops. You are airborne. Beneath you, Vietnam is beautiful in a way that makes you furious. Green. Impossibly green. Rivers catching the morning light. Paddies laid out in perfect geometry. And somewhere in all that green, men with rifles are already tracking the sound of your rotor. The smell inside the cabin is hydraulic fluid, gun oil, the ghost of every spent case that's ever rolled around that deck. Okay. And underneath it all, something you don't name. You know what it is? You don't name it. The radio crackles. The aircraft commander gives you your zone. Free fire zone. Those 3 words are the entire moral framework of your job. Everything in the zone is enemy. If it moves in the green, you engage. No confirmation required, no question asked. A farmer running from the sound of a helicopter is running. You cannot afford the 2 seconds it takes to determine why. You stop thinking about why very early on. The guys who kept thinking about why are not here anymore. Your thumb rests on the butterfly trigger. The tree line moves below you. You watch it the way a man watches a door he expects to open badly. It's Tuesday. This is also what Monday looked like. And Sunday. The days stop having names around week 3. Now they're only missions and the space between missions, and the space between missions is just waiting for the next mission. Subscribe to the front lines. Leave a comment if you'd survived the 19 seconds. The LZ is supposed to be cold. It is not cold. You hear it before you see it, a sound like someone hammering a nail into sheet metal, rapid and rhythmic and wrong. It takes your brain 1 full second to process that the sheet metal being hammered is the airframe around your body. Oak 247, 7.62 by 39 millimeters. It punches through the thin aluminum skin of a Huey the way a can opener goes through a tin of rations. The aircraft is not armored. It was never armored. You are sitting inside what is functionally a loud, slow, vibrating aluminum tube, and right now someone on the ground is punching holes in it. The aircraft commander is yelling something on the radio. The crew chief is yelling something at you. The tree line to your left erupts in muzzle flash. 3 positions, maybe 4, maybe more. It doesn't matter. What matters is the trigger. You open up, the M60 hammers against your hands. Brass casings come out hot and they bounce off the deck, and some of them go down your boot, and you don't feel it yet. You will feel it later. Right now, your entire world has collapsed to a rectangle of tree line and the flickering of muzzle flash inside it. Here is something they don't tell you before your first hot LZ. You stop seeing people. Somewhere around the second or third time someone tries to kill you from a specific piece of ground, your brain performs a transaction. It takes the people out of the equation. There are no farmers down there, no soldiers, no sons, no fathers. There are muzzle flashes, there are positions. There is the green, and there are the flashes in the green, and your job is to put fire on the flashes until the flashes stop. This is not cruelty. This is how you stay alive for 19 seconds, and then 20, and then maybe 60, and then maybe long enough to rotate out. The Huey shudders. Something has taken a hit in the tail section. The pilot compensates, you keep firing. The deck vibrates so hard, your vision blurs. The barrel of the M60 is glowing. You have burned through one belt, and your hands find the next one. Without your eyes leaving the tree line because your hands know the job now, they don't need you anymore. They just work. And then it stops. Not the war. The contact. The LZ opens up. Troops go in or troops come out. It doesn't matter which. That's not your job. And the Huey lifts and the tree line falls away below you, and you are still alive, which continues to surprise you every single time. Your hands are shaking. You'd notice this the way you'd notice a weather change. Clinically, from a distance. There is something on the deck that you don't look at directly. You look at the tree line instead, until it's gone. Bass comes up fast. The skids touch down and the turbine winds off, and suddenly you can hear things again. Other helicopters, someone's radio, the ordinary sounds of men going about the business of war in an organized fashion. You climb out. Your legs work. You check this? Yes, your legs work. The crew chief hands you a rag. You clean the deck. This is the part nobody films. This is the part that happens after the mission debrief and before the beer that you will drink tonight and not taste. You get the rag and the bucket and you clean the deck of the Huey that brought you back, because tomorrow it will bring someone else back. Or it won't, and either way, it should be clean. The smell doesn't come out completely. You know this? You clean it anyway. You stand up, you stretch your back, you light a cigarette if you smoke, and you smoke now, because why wouldn't you? And then you see him. He's standing on the tarmac maybe 30 meters away, clean uniform, duffel bag at his feet. He's looking at the flight line with the specific expression of a man who has just understood something he cannot ununderstand. He's young, he might be 19, he is almost certainly 19. He is your replacement, not because you're dead this time, but the machine has already done the math. And the math requires a continuous supply of 19-year-olds in clean uniforms to stand on this tarmac with duffel bags and terrified eyes. And the machine is never short on supply. You look at him, he looks at you. You don't say anything useful. There is nothing useful to say. You've been here long enough to know that everything worth knowing about this job is going to learn in the first 30 seconds of his first hot LZ. If he gets 30 seconds, you'll walk past him toward the Hoach. The turbines on the flight line are already spinning back up. Somewhere on a flight schedule that neither of you has seen, a mission is already departing without you. The machine doesn't wait. The machine doesn't grieve. The machine doesn't notice the difference between the man who just climbed off the skid and the man who just picked up the strap. It only notices when the gun goes quiet. Script ends.